Do you freeze when you have to ask for help in English, or worry that your tone might sound rude or too direct? Welcome to the Duo Dialogues, your podcast for mastering English step by step. Today, get ready to sound confident and kind, because we're diving into how to make requests and offers in English the right way. Let's begin.
Have you ever stopped to think why, native English speakers sometimes say things like, could you possibly, instead of just, asking directly? Today, we're diving into that, the whole subtle world of making polite requests and offers in English.
Yeah, it's really key, isn't it? It's not just about grammar rules. It's about navigating social situations smoothly.
Right, showing respect, building good connections.
Exactly. In English-speaking cultures, this kind of politeness is, it's sort of expected. It helps everything run better, whether you're at work or just, out and about.
Okay, so let's get into it. How do we actually make these polite requests?
Yeah.
A really common one is just starting with, could you?
Right. Super common. Like, could you help me with this file?
Simple enough, it's direct, but that could makes it sound, less demanding than just help me.
Precisely. And then if you want to be maybe a bit more indirect, perhaps even more polite, there's would you mind?
Ah, yes. Like, would you mind closing the window?
Exactly. It sort of frames it as potentially bothering the other person, which shows extra consideration. You're acknowledging it might be an imposition.
That makes sense. It's like you're checking first. Okay, what about, do you think you could?
Ooh, another good one. For example, do you think you could send me that report?
How is that different, really?
Well, it softens it again, but in a slightly different way. It kind of seeks their agreement, acknowledges they might have other things on. Is this feasible for you, basically?
Got it. So you've got these different levels, really. Could you is maybe the standard polite request.
Yeah, often a safe bet. And would you mind is maybe for something that requires a bit more effort from the other person, or if you don't know them well.
Makes sense. Okay, let's flip it. What about offering help politely?
Right, equally important. Shall I is quite common, especially in British English, maybe.
Like, shall I open the door for you?
Exactly. It's a direct offer to do something, often right then and there.
Okay, what else?
Would you like me to is another really usable one.
Like, would you like me to call a taxi?
Yes, that's a perfect example. It's offering help with a specific task. Very considerate.
And then there's the more direct, maybe, can I help you with?
Yeah, definitely. You see someone struggling, can I help you with your luggage? It's clear, direct, and still polite and helpful.
So offering help nicely, it just smooths things over, doesn't it?
Wow.
Makes the interaction feel, better.
Absolutely. It shows you're paying attention and you're, willing to chip in.
Let's put these into real situations. Say, at work, you need a document from a colleague.
Right. You could go with, could you share those sales figures when you have a moment? Pretty standard.
Or if it's a bigger ask, maybe brainstorming.
Then maybe something like, do you think you could spare some time later to help me brainstorm ideas for this project? Acknowledges it's a bigger request.
Okay. What about traveling? Asking for directions. You wouldn't just say, where's the station?
Well, you could, but it's much better to say, excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest station, please?
Yeah, that politeness makes a huge difference to how you're perceived.
Totally. And socially, having guests over.
Instead of just pointing, maybe, would you like a drink? Or, can I get you some coffee?
Exactly. These small phrasings, they really add up to create a much warmer, more positive interaction.
It's easy to be too direct sometimes, especially maybe if English isn't your first language. Using these can really help avoid sounding abrupt.
Definitely. It's about understanding the cultural nuances wrapped up in the language.
So hopefully this deep dive gives you some really practical tools to use.
Yeah, try them out. Notice how people respond. It's quite powerful, adjusting your phrasing just slightly.
Thanks for joining us today as we unpack polite requests and offers.
Give these phrases a go in your own conversations this week. Think about where they might fit.
And next time, we're getting into the fascinating world of if sentences, conditionals, how they can make your English sound, even more sophisticated.
Ooh, looking forward to that one.
Stay tuned for more deep dives.